Hello, N4A. I'm both honored and humbled to be accepting this award on Ken's behalf. You see, I was blessed to receive this service award in 2012. So every time Ken stepped in my office, I would always point to the award and tell him, hey, you got to step up your game. So knowing Ken, he's probably up there looking down saying, challenge accepted, challenge completed. All of you know that Ken would graciously accept this award, but in the same breath, he would say, I'm only doing what is expected, changing minds and impacting lives. This award embodies the spirit of Kenneth Miles. Ken was extremely passionate about the N4A, his membership, and the students that we serve. He was a collector of good people, but also had a talent of bringing those good people together. He would challenge all of us to be better and encouraged us to look at things through different lenses. He was a visionary leader that always seemed like he was 5 steps ahead of you, but was willing to bring you along for the ride. Ken, a man of many bad jokes, also had many quotes. He would always say, the best way to predict the future is to create it, which is a quote by Abraham Lincoln. This one really stands out is because how Ken lived his life. It's how he approached everything, not just for himself, but for others. So I already knew what was in store for the N4A organization when he was named incoming president, because one, I lived it every day at LSU. You see, Ken majored in art at UVA, so providing him with a platform to invoke change was like giving him a blank canvas. His goal was always to leave things better than what he inherited. Ken was also a big fan of Zig Ziglar. And I came across a book a few months ago, and it discussed the importance of moving from success to significance. So it defines success as maximizing the gifts and potential that you have, but it defined the significance piece as using your success and sharing your success with others that are less fortunate, that may not have had the same opportunities that you have, in an effort to make society and people better. Recognizing that great accomplishments just don't happen by themselves, they happen with the help of others. So another thing, crazy thing was, not too long ago, I had a conversation with Ken's mom, and she shared a story with me that I hadn't heard before. And it was how Ken, when at Gonzaga High School, he would tutor his teammates that were struggling in their studies so they could make the grades that they needed before school opened up. And when I'm listening to this story, I was like, that is Ken. That is Ken. That is the significance. Always looking to help others, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a little push in the right direction, was it somebody just to listen? That was Ken. Always guiding, always empowering people to be better. I can speak for the LSU community. There's not a day that passes that we don't think about Ken. We are so excited that he's received this award and that Ken will be remembered for all the good fortune that he's brought to so many. We miss you, Big Ken, and thank you.
Ken, I miss you. I want to thank you for the friendship, the leadership, the brotherhood that you showed me throughout my career. You are the blueprint. I want to congratulate you and let you know we miss and love you. Rest easy, brother.
Hello, everyone. This is for Kenneth Miles. My name is Professor Stephen C. Finley, and I am Associate Professor of Religious Studies and African American Studies at Louisiana State University, and the inaugural chair of the new Department of African and African American Studies at LSU. If you knew Kenneth Miles, then you already have figured out why I'm smoking a cigar in this tribute to him. Kenneth loved cigars. When I arrived here at LSU in 2008, he was already here, and we quickly became friends. When I turned 50, in fact, and had a 50th birthday party, Kenneth wasn't able to make it, but he sent a really nice cigar for me, and it was a good one too. Some other things are really important when I think about Kenneth. One, he was really supportive of African and African American studies and was a financial donor to the unit. The second thing I remember, unfortunately, was how angry he was and how supportive he was when I was detained by LSU police. But I'll always remember how he wanted a deeper engagement with me, inviting me to participate and consider membership in 100 Black Men of Baton Rouge. I wasn't able to consider it because of my schedule, but I really appreciate him for thinking of me in that way. I miss Kenneth Miles, his big laugh, his big presence, but I will always remember him, and I hope that this short video will participate in some meaningful way in memorializing what he meant to so many of us. So I say to Kenneth and those who loved him, cheers.
This is a tribute to Kenneth Miles from Phil Hughes, past president of the N4A. After 18 years of directing the academic support program at the University of Michigan, I retired, and Kenneth was named to succeed me. As he settled into his leadership role, he quickly earned the important trust and voice of the department's leadership team and was becoming an effective partner with the university and departmental constituents. He was on his way to an effective and successful leadership career at Michigan until his sudden death, which was devastating to the department, the university, and staff. It was a tragedy felt deeply. To the Miles family, thank you for sharing Kenneth with us at Michigan. He is dearly missed. Thank you.
Yes, I just want to send this video for Kenneth Miles, Clement Green, Director of Football Administration here at the University of Michigan. Had a unique and distinct pleasure to work for Ken Miles for this past year as Director of Football Academic Services. And just words can express how much he meant, not only to myself, but to the program. We love Ken. It almost feels like it's surreal that he's not here with us, but we just want to thank Ken for putting us in a better place. But I just know for me personally, it gave me back my voice when it came to just work profession and just kind of working in athletics, you know? And so I'm really thankful for Ken and his time spent. And I know he's down on heaven, smiling down on all of us and continuing to watch and mentor, and that little deep voice of his telling us which direction to go as we continue our lives and careers. So with much love and respect to him and his family, Clement Green representing Michigan. Just hope everybody has a blessed time, blessed day, and Ken, you'll always be remembered. Love you. Bye.
You know, when I think of Kenneth Miles, naturally I go to think about the big booming voice and just his presence. When he walked in the room, his infectious smile, I mean, he lit up a room anytime he was around. And, you know, though paths only seemed to cross once or twice a year, I only look forward to interacting with Kenneth. He was a remarkable man. One thing I will say about him that really affected me is that he always had this calming effect for me personally, and I think for a lot of people in terms of, you know, kind of everything's going to be okay. And right now, everything's not okay. And I understand that, but Ken, the Spirit is still with us. And when I think of him, that's what comes to mind. Just, it's going to be okay. Thank you for everything, Kenneth. We will miss you dearly.
Kenneth Miles, what can we say? Big man, big heart, big spirit, big voice. But you made every single person feel important. Whether it was a new practitioner or whether it was a seasoned veteran in our industry, You had a way of making that person feel affirmed and important. And for that, we appreciate you and celebrate you and your many accomplishments to our organization. We haven't been in person in a couple of years, so I'm not sure that we really realize the impact of your loss to our profession, to us individually, and us collectively. U of M, LSU, we're here for you, we see you, we're praying for you. Ken, we're praying for your family and friends and the many lives that you impact. And God bless. We'll see you soon.
I think one of my favorite things about Kenneth was the way that his laugh could fill a room. It was big and it was loud, and you always knew it was genuine. And I think that's one of my favorite things about him. I think there's more than one way that he impacted my life. He taught me how to use my voice because he constantly reminded me that closed mouths don't get fed. But I think more than that, he taught me how important it was to continue to give back and how important it was to strive to be better and do better always. And I miss him every day.
Ken, what an honor it is to continue to speak on your legacy and everything you continue to do. Your fingerprints are all over this association and everything that you've done to continue to empower young professionals, middle managers, wherever you are in your career, all the way through executive leadership. You constantly give back, and that's something where, as president of this illustrious association, as I get ready to embark on that journey, your legacy will continue on. And thank you for, sometimes I can feel like I still hear your voice, man. And I refer to you as our guardian angel, and particularly mine, not only in leadership, but in life and the things that you do, that you've constantly done. Just know that you're not forgotten. Your legacy will never be forgotten. And that this association loves you more than you know. And I look forward to the day when we meet again, brother. Love you, thinking of you. And we appreciate you continually guiding N4A.
I'm really grateful that Kenneth Miles is being recognized posthumously for the Distinguished Service Award. Ken made a big impact on me, and I met him really early in my time in N4A, I think even at my first convention in 2006. Ken's always been someone who's been warm and welcoming, free with advice and mentorship, and just a really amazing person. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it, but in 2017, I believe, my husband and I went to LSU's campus. We were driving from Texas to Alabama for an Alabama game, and we stopped with a planned stop in Baton Rouge, and Ken gave us a tour, both of the Cox Center and of the campus, and took us to lunch and made us eat fried gator for appetizers, and we had a great time. And he was always so giving of his time and so wonderful, checking in with people, making sure that we were meeting our goals, that we were doing okay. And I really enjoyed seeing him lead N4A as president. I got a lot out of his presence, out of what he brought to us, everything he did for our organization and for his students. And I'm really appreciative that he's being recognized.
Hey Ken, I wish you were here to receive this message today. But I just want to say thank you for your leadership and guidance and service to N4A as an organization as a whole. You are truly missed. Your laugh, your contagious smile, and your words of encouragement for all those in this organization and in the field of athletics. You never said no to anyone and always took the time to take my calls, even when it might have been late at night or early in the morning. But you are still thought of and missed and appreciated.
Mr. Ken, oh my goodness, there are no words to describe how much you are truly missed. I just thank you so much. I hope you knew how much I appreciated you from the first day that I met you, my first year here at Norfolk State. Thank you just for always being a listening ear. Thank you for always just really being concerned and wanting to know how I was doing, not as a professional, but just as an individual. But you are truly missed, and I just hope that we continue to make you proud and that we are continuing to leave your legacy here in the lives of all the student athletes that we are touching every day. So again, you are missed. I love you, and I can't wait to see you on the other side.
I'm thrilled that the N4A is able to honor Ken Miles with the 2021 Distinguished Service Award. His contributions to the N4A and the industry make him most deserving of this award. I had the opportunity to meet Ken after he was elected to serve as N4A president. Ken's presence and support was felt by so many of us within the N4A. And my favorite thing about Ken was definitely his laugh and also his laid-back way of delivering information. In 2016, NYU hosted the Region 1 conference, and Ken, then president, made the trip to New York and even humored me as I gave him a tour of our then athletic facility. We both had a good laugh thinking about how the facility used to be a nightclub and that it was Walt's old stomping ground. But during that tour, Ken never made me or the Division III experience seem less than, and I appreciated that. After the 2020 virtual convention, Ken gave me a call to check in. It was so incredibly great to hear directly from him, and we ended up having a wonderful conversation. It was such a bizarre and emotional time, and him taking the time to reach out to me made me really feel grounded and special. I came to find out after that call that many of us have benefited from Ken's check-ins and his mentorship. Needless to say, losing Ken was a big hit to our community, and I'm happy that we're able to honor his legacy through the permanent naming of our Professional Promise Award, and by also adding him as a recipient to our prestigious Distinguished Service Award. So thrilled to be able to honor Ken in this way. We all miss you, Ken, and we will definitely remember you for years to come.
It goes without saying that my life has been positively impacted by Kenneth Miles. He's the main reason I sit on the N4A Board of Directors today. One of my favorite memories of him is thinking about running for region director, and I called him and I said, should I do this? Is this something you think I'd be good at? And he said, you should absolutely not do it. It's a lot of work and it takes a lot of your time. He said, but you'd be perfect for it. And I knew that what he meant was if you can dedicate your time and effort to other people, that you're going to be able to do something great. And so I did it. I ran, and now I'm here, and it's been such a great honor to be a part of this organization and know that Kenneth is the reason that I really kind of made the jump. So I know he's impacted people in so many different ways, but in my leadership role specifically, I have been blessed to have him as someone that was in my corner as I went through this.
This is a tough one, no doubt. Well-deserved award to the departed Ken Miles. He's still in our hearts. He's still in my heart. He and I have been together for a very, very long time. I remember the days of he calling me weekly on advice on what to do about student athlete or about a coach, learning processes to figure out budgets. Love that guy and miss him sorely. He's leaving a legacy of leadership, love, and laughter. Rest easy, Ken. See you soon.
Kenneth taught me, among many things, that you're never too busy to help someone. And the fact that we're naming our Promise Award winners after Kenneth showed that no matter how much time and service and stature that he's accrued over his lifetime of immense success, he made time for people. And that's something that I want to make sure that I do in my career and in my life. So thank you, Kenneth, for teaching me those lessons, especially that one. And I'm glad that we get to tribute you today. Thank you, my friend.
My name is Dr. Lori Latrice Martin. I'm a professor in the Department of African and African American Studies and Associate Dean at Louisiana State University. I've been at LSU since 2013. Before arriving on campus, C. Keith Harrison suggested that I introduce myself to Kenneth Miles. It was one of the best things I could have ever done. I met Kenneth and he welcomed me with open arms. He was one of my strongest advocates. He always made me feel like an academic superstar. He advocated for me in all areas of campus. Our relationship was built upon trust. I remember one time Kenneth emailed me and asked me for a copy of my CV. I didn't even ask him what he wanted it for. I just knew that whatever he was going to do with it was going to benefit me and my career. He was also super gracious with my two sons, and I just really appreciated the kindness and wisdom that he imparted to them. Kenneth was just a legend on campus, and I know I'm not the only one with these kinds of stories. I even dedicated my most recent book, America in Denial, in his honor. Kenneth was a superhuman being, and he's greatly missed.
Kenneth Miles. When I think of Kenneth, I think of a sense of belonging. I always felt valued. I knew I could call him anytime and he'd get back to me. He was a visionary. I can remember my first N4A board of directors meeting and he and Gene pitching that we add student athlete development to our title as an organization, which was very bold. He took action to expand our N4A family, with different membership initiatives to recruit and retain members from all over the country, including our HBCU colleagues, planting seeds and always insisting that we give back and provide scholarships for those who needed to come to convention. I remember him saying that once we are part of the family, we are always a part of the family. I'm so glad I got to be a part of your family, Kenneth, and I'm working hard to continue your legacy that lives on in all of us. We love you, Kenneth. You are dearly missed. Can't wait to see you on the other side.
Kenneth O. Miles lived life out loud. It wasn't just his statue or booming voice. It was the way he did life. Kenneth lived big, bold, and passionately. It was his care for his mother, or the attention to the love of his life, his loving dedication to being the best father to his daughter, or the meticulous care for his dog. You knew he was there. In addition to his dedication to athletics and higher ed, he had a gang of hobbies and passions. I've said it before because it's so fitting. Kenneth left a mark. He left his fingerprints, he left his footprints, and he left a special mark on everything and everyone he touched. Love leaves a mark. You may not have loved him like I love him, but I know you felt something. In all of his wonderfulness, Kenneth could also be annoying and arrogant and a know-it-all. He provoked a reaction. He forced a response. It was who he was. He was brash, but he was also kind. As you grow older, as you experience life and all its joys and misery, it becomes less important to have more friends and more important to have real friends. He was a real friend. Kenneth Miles was my friend. Kenneth, thank you. Thank you for the mentorship to young administrators. Thank you for agreeing to share best practices each and every time you are asked. Thank you for agreeing to every presentation, every panel discussion, and every mock interview. Thank you for the late night phone calls or text messages to give guidance or encouragement. Thank you for your service as N4A president and your tenure on the board. Thank you for provoking me and me to innovate and challenge our thinking. Thank you for letting us come along for your ride. Congratulations, Kenneth Miles, for earning the Distinguished Service Award. You will always be in our hearts. You will always be a part of our memories. Your legacy lives on in us. Thank you.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Downey from the University of Kentucky. I'm here to wish Kenneth Miles all the congratulations in the world on his Distinguished Service Award. Well deserved from so many angles. Quick anecdote for Kenneth that always sticks with me. In addition to introducing me to my best friend in the business, Marlon DeChaussee, in addition to that, I was once asked in an interview, aside from who you have listed as a reference, who do you call when you have a question? Who do you consult with? And I immediately said Kenneth Miles, immediately. And I know that will still come up, not in an interview, but I, in my mind, will know, who do I consult? And I still consult Kenneth to this day. What would Kenneth do? That's what I think about on a regular basis as the trials and tribulations continue. What would Kenneth do? I keep thinking that way. All the best to you, Kenneth, and your family. Love you.
Kenneth, it is with great remembrance that you are presented with N4A's 2021 Distinguished Service Award. We are so thankful for all you have done for this association and for your constant desire to lift others up, to mentor individuals, to ensure that we are all developing, no matter what level we're at, what school we're at, or what part of the profession we're in, that we're constantly growing, evolving, and moving up in this profession. You are someone who is looked up to. I look up to you. I miss your laugh. I miss being around the boardroom table with you and listening to you push us to be better in many areas of N4A. I'm so thankful for having to know you. I'm better as a person for knowing you, and I'm truly grateful, and you're greatly missed. And N4A is in such a better place because everything you brought to the table for us transformed this association and truly took it to new and different heights. And now in 2021, it is so much better because of all you've done. Thank you, Kenneth.
Good morning, Brad Horton here. Just want to take the time to reflect on Ken Miles and what he has done for our organization. Many of us have been impacted by his leadership, by his dedication, and by his service. Ken, we all want to say thank you for everything that you've done and has impacted us for the many years to come. Continue to shine your light, and this N4A Distinguished Service Award is for you.
Kenneth Miles, a man who impacted so many, a man who wore his integrity in a way that we knew was authentic, a man who changed the paths of so many of us in this profession, served us, wanted to be there for us, and gave everything you had at all times. Just remember how many times you would come up to me and others and put your arm around us and just ask how we're doing in a truly authentic and meaningful way. And just hearing that laugh and hearing that voice and seeing that smile was always when you knew you were back at N4A, you knew you were back at a convention, you knew you were back just learning from each other, getting to know each other. It's hard to really measure the impact of what you had on so many of us, and you can't, but I know many of us will be carrying on the tradition of who you were in terms of giving back to our profession, giving back to our younger folks, and helping them see a broader perspective of what this is all about. And again, in such an authentic way, because that's who you were to so many of us. So we love you. We miss you dearly. Think about you and your family at all times. Prayers up. And we wish you well in that next life, bro. So you're missed. Love you.
So when I think about Kenneth Miles, I can't help but smile first and foremost. He was a friend to all humanity. No one ever met Kenneth Miles who didn't walk away from the conversation smiling. But as you got to know him deeper with the profound thoughts, the deep James Earl Jones voice, he had a gentle but commanding presence. And because of that, you were just attracted to him. And I think Ken had 100 mentees, easy. And so as we think about the first time having a NACDA/N4A convention without him, of course, you get sentimental, a little sad, but more so just glad that you got to be a part of his legacy and you got to be a part of his life. And so we love you, Ken. your spirit lives on through us all. And we thank you for what you've implanted in us. And we thank you for all that you did while you were with us, man. We love you, Kenny Miles.
I'm not sure that there is a more loved individual in all of N4A than Mr. Kenneth Miles. The impact that you had on my life and so many other people's life is absolutely remarkable. I absolutely loved my time serving on the board of directors and planning a national convention, and you are missed and loved and hopefully resting in power.
When you think of the word distinguished, it's hard not to think of Kenneth Miles. The way he carried himself, there was such an aura about him. I appreciate all that you've done for so many people in this profession, but especially me. Your ability to connect, your ability to check in. I don't know how you did it. I still wonder to this day how you did it. Just completely amazed how you had the ability to touch so many lives and impact them so authentically. Personally, thank you. Thank you for your friendship, your mentorship, and truly being a brother to me. I miss you, big bro. Love you and appreciate you always looking out for me.
Kenneth Miles has had such a lasting impact on all of us in N4A. The legacy he's left and the impact he's had on so many people, student athletes, coaches, colleagues, is truly immeasurable. I will always miss his friendship, his mentorship, his generosity, and his humor. We've spent many hours together on exec committee with N4A, but most importantly, I know that he's watching us, praying for us, and will always be in our corner. We love you and we miss you, Brother Miles.